I'm Kara Nortman, and I am co-founder, board member of Angel City. I grew up as an athlete. I grew up playing lots of different sports here in LA, but I spent 25 years investing and operating in the tech world, in private equity and venture capital, at big companies, startups, etc. My journey to sports was really as a fan and as a hobby. And as the story goes, I met Natalie Portman in the craziest of ways. I basically was on stage at a gender equity event and said, go give someone your number, ideally someone you have no business to do with right now, and then make a friend, and if they're weird, block them. And the woman who came up to me was Natalie Portman. Put her name in my phone as Natalie P. It is still in that way. And eventually one day she said, hey, you know what? We should start a team. We should become founders and owners of a professional women's team in the NWSL. And that was a surprising turn. I thought she was kidding, but the queen of Star Wars, and now the first female Thor tells you to do something, you go figure it out. So anyway, that began the journey then of really being thoughtful about, is there a market? What would the business model be? How could we raise capital? Who would be the founding team? But that was the start of it, a little over 3 years ago, and flash forward to now, and we're ending our first regular season as Angel City. There was a lot to figure out. Neither of us came from sports. I called the 2, 3, 4 people I knew best who were in sports and real estate and adjacent to it, and they were incredibly skeptical and negative. I mean, by the way, these are now people who are investors, but in the beginning they said, no one's ever gonna give you a broadcast deal, and that's where all the money is, that's where all the revenue is. So this is a nonprofit endeavor. When you don't come out of an industry and people you respect tell you it's a nonprofit effort and it's never gonna work, and you should go to, you should raise in a nonprofit way, that's daunting. There were just no guardrails or blueprint around how to raise capital for a team and the way we wanted to build it.
LA's new soccer team, founded by some of the most famous women in sports and entertainment.
It was founded by actress Natalie Portman, and it is backed by a star-studded group of women investors, creating the largest female lead ownership group in professional sports.
When we started Angel City, I used to get asked a lot, why am I doing this? And I said, for 3 reasons. 1, to get women paid. 2nd was showing we can pack stadiums. And then the 3rd was show that teams, female teams, and in particular at the time, Angel City, can be worth as much from an enterprise value standpoint as the biggest male brands in the world. There's a lot of different ways to feel ownership. There's a lot of different ways to find purpose. And if there's one thing I've learned kind of interacting with people in all different ways, shapes, and forms, it's that what we're all looking for is purpose and connectivity and community. And that can be through an actual investment in a way that's the easiest way to do it. The more hard-earned way is like to find your community and to show up and to hold yourself and each other accountable and to have fun and to have joy. And you can show up and write a check and then disappear, and you can always call yourself an owner or a stakeholder. But there are ways you can invest your time and your energy in your community. That latter part, when it is where you find the joy and gratification. The butterfly effects that led to the founding of Angel City, it was friendships that gave me energy. Sometimes I pinch myself on that front, that, these women are showing up as my friends and asking me for advice or challenging me to be better or different or to go easy on myself, so pretty cool. But the reality is that Jen Garner and Eva Longoria and Glennon Doyle and Abby Wambach and my friends out of tech and show up because they're proud. So I think where you have curiosity and joy and energy and you can make a new friend, a real new friend that feels reciprocal and who you respect as a potential badass or badass, and then show up and take risks together at the right time.